Musical performance anxiety is a major threat to many musicians. Musical performance is a skilled activity performed under intense pressure. Thus, is often a profound source of anxiety. This topic and the succeeding research questions are derived from my personal artistic practice and experience. I aim to develop a solution for musical performance anxiety based on scientific research, which should be an integral part of my future artistic work. Ideally, it will be of some help for colleagues concerned and for myself. Who suffers from MPA? No category of performers is exempt from the experience of MPA. For example, take well-trained orchestral musicians. Turber and colleagues reported a prevalence of MPA ranged from 16 to 72% of artists, depending on the phrasing of questionnaires, context, and the person asking and answering the questions. Several international reviews among professional orchestral musicians indicate that the phenomenon is widespread and problematic. A national US survey reported that 24% of musicians frequently suffered from stage fright, defined as the most severe form of MPA. A Dutch study found 59% of musicians in symphony orchestras reported performance anxiety, severe enough to impair their professional functioning. What is the cause of musical performance anxiety? In the music research literature, MPA is commonly viewed as a constellation of three interactive yet partially independent factors: cognitions, autonomic arousal, and overt behavioral response. I would like to focus on the psychosomatic origin of angst, anxiety, a subconscious cause of stage fright and MPA. A small unit in our brain named amygdala, part of the limbic system, is responsible for our angst. These structures compare incoming information with memories of the past. Many of these memories are wordless, emotional impressions from childhood, when the language was not yet fully trained. These stored memories trigger stereotypical responses to current circumstances and therefore often do not fit and are inappropriate. This affects the autonomic system, heart rate, blood pressure, stress hormone production, and the immunity. Our autonomic system gets out of balance. The question is now, how to rebalance the autonomic nervous system? Breathing is the almost only vegetative component out of our autonomous system that runs both autonomously and can be controlled consciously. Therefore, I digged into the question, how breath control can change your life. Zakharov and colleagues found that slowly breathing techniques enhance the autonomous cerebral and psychological flexibility in a scenario of mutual interactions. They found links between parasympathetic activity of the central nervous system, in link with emotional control and psychological well-being. A quote from Ruth Wells from School of Psychology, University of Sydney, Australia, from her study Matter Over Mind. Physiological processes such as breathing are directly involved in emotion regulation during music performance. Disruption to habitual breathing patterns appear to have a bidirectional relationship with anxiety. Studer and friends found that highly anxious individuals reported more hyperventilation prior to music performance. In contrast, slow, deep breathing can have remarkably beneficial effects, lowering blood pressure and increasing blood oxygen concentration. The aim of her study was to slow the breathing, which is normally 15 breaths per minute, to around 6 breaths per minute, and to prove the effect of this. In summary, the results of her study indicate that diaphragmatic breathing instruction and a single session of slow breathing are sufficient to control the appearance of physiological excitement in anticipation of psychosocial stress in conjunction with musical performance. My proposal, therefore, is to reduce MPA by a slow breathing exercise of 6 breathing cycles per minute during at least 10 minutes with this exercise. Go to a quiet place, sit comfortable and straight on a chair, put your hands on your lap, breathe slowly in and out, prolong your breathing cycle to 10 seconds, therefore breathe 6 times in and out per minute. Continue this for 10 minutes. This exercise might be difficult in noisy backstage environment. In order to help directing the practitioner's attention on the exercise rather than on the stopwatch, I was looking for a support. And therefore the question was raised, how to support this exercise. A particularly fear-solving strategy that has always been universally used in human nature is music. Science has shown that a single relaxation session with music can reduce the current anxiety of participants compared to a control group. If we choose music to support the rebalancing of the autonomous system, what kind of music should we select? We have learned that for rebalancing of our autonomous system, we should enhance the parasympathetic part. To do this, we should use trophotrop measures, music which is stimulating the parasympathetic autonomous system. Heiner Gebris stated in his dissertation, trophotrop music exhibits floating, unaccented rhythm, stands predominantly in minor keys, clearly dominates consonances and consistently reveals harmonic, basic movement. Furthermore, it is characterized by gentle flowing melodies and resounds in lower decibel strengths. During this video, you have been listening to a piece of music I composed with the specific aim of enhancing the stress-relieving effects of the aforementioned breathing exercises. Although The video predominantly aims to inform about my research. You may also use it to support the application of my breathing exercises in the event of MPA. You can download the underlying recording without the voiceover here.